Once upon a time in the great village of Ibokun, there lived a man named Chief Okon. He was one of the wealthiest men in the land. His yam barns stretched as far as the eyes could see. His cattle roamed the fields in countless numbers, and his house was the grandest in the entire region. He had gold rings on each of his fingers, and his wives wore the finest wrappers imported from distant lands. Despite his riches, Chief Okon was a man with a heart of stone. He believed that poor people were meant to serve the rich, and that they deserved no kindness. In his household, he had many servants, but none suffered as much as a young girl named Adaeze. Adaeze had been sent to work in Chief Okon's house at the age of 10. Her mother was a poor widow who had fallen sick and could no longer take care of her children. In desperation, she sent Adaeze to the chief's household, hoping she would find a better life. But instead of kindness, Adaeze met cruelty. She was made to wake up before the first cock crowed and clean the entire compound before anyone else in the house woke up. She fetched heavy pots of water from the stream, cooked and washed without rests. If she ever made a mistake, she was either slapped or denied food. "Do you think you are my daughter?" Madam Runke, Chief Okon's wife, would often shout. "You are just a maid. You should be grateful that we even let you sleep in the kitchen." Chief Okon was not different. He barely looked at her, except when he wanted to complain. "Useless girl. People like you will always remain poor," he would say, laughing with his friends as Adaeze struggled under the weight of a sack of yams. Despite her suffering, Adaeze never complained. She worked hard, hoping that one day the gods would remember her. One evening, a great feast was held in Chief Okon's compound. The rich from different parts of the kingdom came to eat and drink. Adaeze was ordered to serve the guests. As she carried a large pot of steaming soup, Madam Runke screamed at her for being too slow. In fear, Adaeze tripped and some of the soup spilled onto the ground. "Ah, you foolish girl," Madam Runke shouted. Without thinking, she grabbed a cane and beat Adaeze in front of everyone. Some guests looked away, pretending not to see, while others shook their heads in pity. But Chief Okon laughed. "That is what she deserves," he said. "A child of poverty will always be a child of poverty." Tears rolled down Adaeze's cheek as she knelt on the floor, picking up the broken calabash pieces. That night, she lay on her small mat in the kitchen and whispered a prayer to the gods. "Oh, great ones," she said, "if I am meant to suffer forever, then let it be. But if I am worthy for a better life, please remember me." Unknown to her, the gods had been watching all along. Years passed, and the gods began their work. Chief Okon's wealth started to fade. First, his crops stopped yielding. No matter how much he planted, his yams rotted before they could grow. His palm trees dried up, and his cocoa farms became barren. Then bandits came in the night and raided his barns, stealing his food and livestock. Still, Chief Okon did not change his ways. "I am too great to fall," he boasted. But the gods were not done with him. One fateful day, a terrible fire broke in his compound. It started in the middle of the night, consuming everything in its path. His grand house, his fine clothes, his gold, everything turned to ashes. Chief Okon barely escaped with his life. His rich friends abandoned him. His workers fled, and soon he was left with nothing. Then the final blow came. He was accused of cheating in business, and the king of Ibokun, who had once honored him, stripped him of his title. From a man of power, he became a beggar, roaming from village to village in search of food. As for Adaeze, her life had taken a different turn. One day, after years of suffering, she met a kind old trader named Baba Ifeanyi. He often came to the market where she secretly helped the less fortunate. Impressed by her hard work and kindness, he took her under his care. He paid for her education and taught her the art of trade. Adaeze proved to be intelligent and hardworking. She traveled to different villages, trading goods, and soon became one of the wealthiest traders in the land. She built a great house, even larger than Chief Okon's former house, and helped the poor whenever she could. The girl who once slept on the kitchen floor now sat on a throne of success. One day, a frail, wrecked man knocked at Adaeze's gate. His eyes were sunken, his clothes were tattered, and his stomach gurgled with hunger. "Please," he begged, "I have not eaten in days. Just a little food, please." Adaeze's servants hesitated, but she stepped forward. As she looked closely, she gasped. The beggar was none other than Chief Okon. She could hardly recognize him. His once golden rings were gone. His proud shoulders were bent with shame. He fell on his knees. "Please, my daughter, have mercy on me," he wept. "I have lost everything." For a moment, Adaeze did not speak. She remembered the times he had laughed at her suffering, the days she had gone to bed hungry because of his cruelty. But instead of hatred, she felt pity. "Do you remember the poor maid you once treated like dirt?" she asked. Tears streamed down Chief Okon's face as he nodded. "I do, and I am ashamed." Adaeze smiled. Then turned to her servants. "Give him food and a place to rest." Chief Okon could not believe his ears. "You would help me?" "You see, Chief Okon," Adaeze said gently, "life is a circle. Wealth is never permanent. The way you treat those beneath you today may determine who will lift you up tomorrow." From that day, the people of Ibokun never forgot the story of Chief Okon and Adaeze. It was told for generations to teach that riches come and go, but kindness lasts forever. Moral of the story: no one knows tomorrow. Treat everyone with kindness, for the one you mistreat today may be the one to save you in the future.